Hey guys, so today we're gonna introduce about comparative advantage. So let's start with a question. What is comparative advantage? Comparative advantage is a particular good or service at a lower opportunity cost than its trading partners. Interesting. Let's take a look at an example. China and India, they're both agriculture countries in the world, but they have different efficiency when they produce wheat and potatoes. For China, when they produce 100 wheat, they have to give up 200 potatoes. But for India, when they produce 200 wheat, they only gives up 100 potatoes production at the same time. But can we tell their comparative advantage based on their graph? No, we cannot. But we have to do some calculation to figure it out. So let's see. For China, when they produce 1 wheat, they have to give up 2 potatoes production at the same time. But for India, when they produce 1 wheat, it only gives up 0.5 production of potatoes, which is lower opportunity cost. So we can say India has a comparative advantage in wheat than China. But does China always less efficiency than India? Not for the potatoes part. So for China's producing 1 potatoes, they only gives up 0.5 wheat. But for India, it has to give up 2 wheat at the same time, which is higher opportunity cost than China. So we can say China has a comparative advantage in potatoes compared with India. But here turns out another question. What is the purpose of studying comparative advantage? What is it? It's trading. Let's take a look. That's what we said. India and China, they're both good at some parts, and they have to focus on what they're really good at to most efficient their production. But it will be too bored for them to produce single goods domestic. And China has 200 potatoes but 0 wheat, and 200 wheat for 0 and 0 potatoes for India. This is not what their citizen wants. Not good. But if they trade with each other, like China gives 100 potatoes to India for trading 200 wheat, then China and India both benefit from this trading, and they all get 100 wheat and potatoes at the same time. This is what we really want. This is good for their citizens. And today we learned comparative advantage and the purpose of we study comparative advantage. And thank you so much. And this is all my sources.